Hi everyone, Garnet here, and I hope you're having a great day. And I'm doing a Q&A session, so I'm answering some questions that I received from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever media platform there is out there. So I'm gonna get started. So the first question comes from the Prophet 516 on Instagram, and he asks, "I want to know how do I get my right hand to improve faster, and when to do a tritone substitution in a song." Okay, let's start with the first question. How do I get my right hand to improve faster? The way to get your hand to improve faster is to always start slow. It's really important that you start slow and make sure that you don't use the pedal, because the pedal tends to, you know, make you sound faster than you really are, and it also muddies up the sounds. So you want to make sure that when you're practicing to get speed, that you can hear every note clearly. For example, let's say I want to play a line like this. What I would have to do is I'd have to play this line very slowly first. And I would do that with a metronome just to keep myself in time. Another key thing in practicing slowly is that you have to make sure that you're relaxed. Because if you're not relaxed when you're playing it slow, you're definitely not going to be relaxed when you're playing it fast. After a while, when you start to get comfortable, you could bring the tempo up a little bit. Still making sure that you're relaxed. Right. So that's the first thing. Making sure that you're relaxed, make sure that you practice it slowly, and make sure that you can hear every note clearly. Now the second question, which is, how do I use a tritone substitution in a song? The way to use a tritone substitution in a song is like this. You primarily use them on dominant chords. So for example, if I'm playing a G7 sharp 9 sharp 5, and now in this example I'm going to resolve to C minor 9. Now I have to think, what is the tritone of G? The tritone of G is C sharp. So that means that when I play this voicing, I can substitute the G with the C sharp or D flat. So this is what it will sound like with the G, going to C minor 9. And this is what it would sound like if I'm playing the C sharp or D flat instead of the G. So again, primarily you use a tritone substitution when you're playing a dominant chord. The next question that I have is from Chris Chords on Instagram from Switzerland. And he wanted to ask, how do you select and edit keyboard sounds to make them sound as close as possible to the audio track when you have to perform it live on set? That's a very interesting question. So I'm going to walk you through my process and how I try and match the sounds that are on a recording. So when I listen to a song, I listen to how the piano feels. And it's not just by just hearing it. So I listen to hear if it has if it's bright, or if it's like a dark sound, or if it's like a warm sound. And then once I figure out what that is, then I start to tweak different things. So if the piano is very, very bright, then I'll just change the EQs. I'll turn the highs up and the mids up, and I'll go back and forth and listen to it. All right, so I would listen to the song, listen to the piano, and then I'll go back to my keyboard or main stage or whatever I'm using and change the EQ that way. If the piano has a warm kind of sound, then I would turn the highs down and probably turn the mids down a little bit. Again, I'm just walking through the process here. And I will just go back and forth and listen and make sure that they match. Another thing that I do is that I also listen for the effects, because sometimes the piano has like reverb or some type of delay or something, and I try and match it that way. I try and match it by finding different effects on main stage or whatever program you're using, or Ableton or something to match it. I mean, there are also some tutorials that I checked out in learning how to do that, and I'll be sure to post the links so you can check them out as well. They were really helpful to me. But yeah, I just constantly listen to the song, the piano in the song, and then I go back to my keyboard or whatever program I'm using, and I just tweak back and forth until I get close enough. Another thing to consider is that with technology nowadays, the piano sound really, really real. So you can check out Keyscape. They have some great pianos. You have Universal Virtual Instruments. They have this one piano, the Ravenscroft 275, which is really cool. You also have Native Instruments. They have a great collection. You also have some pianos on Cinesamples, like Piano in Blue. That's a really nice one. And you also have another piano on it's called Piano Tech, and it's by Modart, and that they have some really great pianos as well. So sometimes you can just use those pianos as just as a foundation, and then start tweaking from there. So yeah. So again, it's just a matter of listening, and then a matter of going back and just tweaking it and going back and forth. I'd like to thank Chris from Switzerland and the Prophet 516 for submitting some questions. If you want to submit questions, you can look on the info on the screen. And I'm looking forward to answering some more questions. I love sharing knowledge, and I'm also love learning as well. So please feel free to send questions, and be on the lookout for some more material. Have a great day.